What if I told you that the decisions you make in the first hour after waking have ripple effects that last until bedtime? That's exactly what scientific research tells us about breakfast. You've probably heard conflicting advice about breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. No, skip it for better health. Eat within an hour. No, fast until noon. Today we're cutting through the noise and diving into what the science really says. Not opinions, not trends, but peer-reviewed research that reveals the fascinating relationship between breakfast and your body. What you're about to learn comes from decades of research across multiple universities and thousands of participants. These aren't just correlations, these are proven biological mechanisms that explain how breakfast influences your health, from your brain to your metabolism. Part 1. Timing is everything. Your body's internal clock. Imagine your body as a vast metropolitan city. Every morning, this city needs to wake up and get all its systems running efficiently. But here's what most people don't realize. This city runs on an incredibly precise schedule, orchestrated by an internal clock that's been fine-tuned over millions of years of evolution. When you eat breakfast soon after waking, your metabolism increases for the next several hours. This isn't just burning a few extra calories, it's your body shifting into a higher gear. Think of it like turning up the thermostat in your house, except instead of warming the air, you're warming up every cell in your body to burn energy more efficiently. But it gets even more interesting. Scientists have discovered that your body processes food more efficiently in the morning compared to eating the same exact meal at dinner. This isn't a small difference. It's like getting a metabolic bonus, simply by timing your meal earlier in the day. Here's where timing becomes crucial. Eating breakfast within an hour of waking helps align your cortisol rhythms with your natural circadian patterns. Cortisol, often called the stress hormone, is actually your body's natural wake-up signal. When you eat in harmony with this cortisol peak, you're essentially helping your body's systems synchronize, like musicians in an orchestra all following the conductor's lead. This timing effect becomes even more profound when we look at blood sugar control. Research shows that your insulin sensitivity, how effectively your body processes carbohydrates, is significantly higher in the morning than in the evening. This means your body is literally primed to handle food more efficiently during these early hours. When you eat within that 2-hour window after waking, you're taking advantage of this enhanced glucose control, improving your body's energy management throughout the entire day. This isn't just about avoiding sugar spikes. It's about setting up your entire day for metabolic success. But here's the key question. How can you use this knowledge to your advantage? Let's break it down into a practical strategy. So how can you take advantage of this metabolic prime time? Let me share 3 practical strategies that work with your body's natural rhythms. First, set your breakfast time based on your wake time, not the clock. If you wake up at 5 a.m. or 9 a.m., what matters is eating within that crucial first hour. Think of it like catching a wave. There's a perfect moment to ride it, and that moment is different for everyone. Your body's metabolic wave starts building the moment you wake up. Second, start with something small if you're not used to early eating. Even a piece of fruit or a small protein shake can signal your body to activate its morning metabolic processes. It's like turning on the lights in your house one room at a time. You don't need to illuminate everything at once. Third, pay attention to how you feel in the hours after breakfast. That post-breakfast energy isn't just in your head. It's a measurable metabolic boost that should last through your morning. If you're not experiencing this, you might need to adjust your timing or composition. Let's see how this plays out in real life. Meet Sarah, who typically wakes up at 6:30 a.m. but usually skips breakfast until she feels hungry around 10 a.m. By shifting her first meal to 7 a.m., she's not only catching her body's peak insulin sensitivity, but also taking advantage of that enhanced calorie burning effect. The result? More stable energy levels, better concentration during her morning meetings, and no more mid-morning sugar cravings. But what if you're someone who genuinely doesn't feel hungry in the morning? This is where understanding your body's circadian biology becomes crucial. That early morning lack of appetite might actually be a sign that your internal clock needs resetting. Just like adjusting to a new time zone, you can gradually shift your body's expectations by starting with something very light and consistent each morning. Remember those cortisol rhythms we talked about? They're trainable. Within just a few days of consistent timing, your body will begin to anticipate and prepare for breakfast, naturally increasing your morning appetite. It's like setting a new appointment with your metabolism. Show up consistently, and it'll be ready and waiting. The key takeaway here isn't just about eating breakfast. It's about understanding and working with your body's natural timing systems. Every cell in your body runs on a schedule, and breakfast is one of the most powerful ways to set that schedule. But timing is just the beginning. Up next, we'll explore how breakfast influences your hunger hormones throughout the entire day, and why what you eat in the morning might be the secret to ending evening snacking. Now that we understand the importance of timing, let's dive into one of the most fascinating aspects of breakfast: its power to control your hunger throughout the entire day. Part 2. Mastering your hunger. Have you ever wondered why some days you're raiding the pantry at 9 p.m., while on others you're perfectly satisfied after dinner? The answer lies in how your breakfast sets up your body's hunger signals for the next 16 hours. Research shows that including adequate protein at breakfast can significantly reduce evening snacking. That's not just willpower, it's biology at work. Imagine your hunger like a wave that builds throughout the day. A protein-rich breakfast acts like a breakwater, reducing the size of that wave before it can crash into your evening hours. This brings us to ghrelin, your body's primary hunger hormone. Research has shown that regular breakfast eaters maintain more stable ghrelin levels throughout the day. Think of ghrelin as your body's internal food alarm system. Without breakfast, that alarm keeps ringing louder and louder as the day progresses. But when you eat breakfast, you're essentially telling that alarm system, "We're all good here," and it stays quieter throughout the day. But perhaps the most powerful effect comes from how breakfast stabilizes your blood sugar. Regular breakfast eaters show more stable blood sugar levels throughout the entire day. Imagine your energy levels as a road. Breakfast helps turn a bumpy, potholed street into a smooth highway. Those stable levels mean consistent energy, better concentration, and most importantly, fewer cravings. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Meet Tom, who typically skips breakfast and grabs a coffee on his way to work. By mid-morning, his ghrelin levels are soaring, leading to impulsive food choices at lunch. The afternoon brings an energy crash, and evening cravings feel impossible to resist. Now look at Lisa, who starts her day with a breakfast containing adequate protein. That's about 3 eggs and some Greek yogurt. Her ghrelin levels remain stable, she makes better food choices at lunch, and most importantly, she finds herself naturally less interested in late-night snacking. So how can you put this knowledge to work? Here's your practical action plan. First, aim for adequate protein. This could be a protein smoothie with Greek yogurt and protein powder, 3 eggs with whole grain toast, overnight oats made with protein powder and chia seeds. Second, pay attention to how this affects your hunger patterns. Most people notice changes within just a few days, particularly in those evening hours when willpower typically runs low. But controlling hunger is just one piece of the puzzle. Coming up next, we'll explore how breakfast quite literally feeds your brain, and why the timing of your first meal could be the difference between mental clarity and brain fog. Part 3. Brain food, morning mental performance. Here's a fascinating fact that changes how we think about breakfast. Your brain consumes 20% of your body's total energy needs, but it can't store its own fuel. Imagine having a high-performance sports car that can't keep any gas in its tank. That's your brain every morning. When you wake up, your brain has already been running for hours on its limited reserves. Studies show that eating breakfast can improve morning cognitive performance by up to 40% compared to fasting. This isn't just about feeling more alert. We're talking about measurable improvements in how your brain processes information, solves problems, and manages complex tasks. Let's look at what happens in real educational settings. Research with students has revealed something remarkable. Those who eat breakfast show 20% better memory recall and 40% improved problem-solving abilities. Think about that for a moment. The same brain, the same person, but a 40% difference in problem-solving capability simply based on whether they have eaten breakfast or not. The effects become even more pronounced when we look at sustained attention. Children who eat breakfast show 20% better concentration and complete 15% more tasks accurately during morning sessions. It's like giving your brain's battery a full charge versus trying to run on the last 10% of power. But why does this happen? Your brain cells, unlike other cells in your body, can only use glucose for fuel. When you wake up, your blood glucose levels are at their lowest point of the day. Without breakfast, your brain is essentially trying to run a marathon on an empty tank. Let me show you what this means in practice. Meet Michael, a college student who has an important morning exam. The day he skips breakfast, his brain is operating at a deficit. Even though he knows the material, his recall is slower, his problem-solving abilities are diminished, and his attention keeps drifting. Now look at the same Michael on a different morning after eating a balanced breakfast. His brain has immediate access to the glucose it needs. His cognitive processing is faster, and perhaps most importantly, his ability to recall and apply information is significantly enhanced. So how can you optimize your breakfast for brain performance? Here's your brain-boosting breakfast strategy. Number 1, include a mix of fast and slow-releasing carbohydrates. Quick energy, fresh fruit, Sustained energy, whole grains like oatmeal or whole grain toast. Number 2, add protein for sustained mental energy. Eggs, Greek yogurt, nuts, and seeds. Number 3, don't forget omega-3 rich foods. Chia seeds, walnuts, smoked salmon. The timing of your breakfast matters too. For optimal mental performance, try to eat within an hour of waking, especially on days when you need to be at your cognitive best, like before important meetings, exams, or challenging work sessions. Coming up next, we'll explore how the timing of your breakfast doesn't just affect whether you absorb nutrients, it determines how efficiently your body can use them. Did you know that having coffee with your breakfast, rather than before it, can increase iron absorption by 40%? Let's dive into these fascinating timing tricks. Part 4, Nutrient Timing Tricks. Think of your body's absorption system like a sophisticated processing plant, where timing can mean the difference between maximum efficiency and wasted resources. What many people don't realize is that the time of day you consume certain nutrients can affect how well your body can use them. Let's start with something most of us do every morning, drinking coffee. While coffee can affect iron absorption, having it with a meal rather than on an empty stomach may help minimize any negative effects. The presence of other nutrients at breakfast can help optimize how your body processes both the coffee and the nutrients in your food. Now here's something that could revolutionize how you think about your morning nutrients. Including healthy fats at breakfast significantly improves the absorption of vitamins A, D, E, and K. These vitamins are fat-soluble, which means they need fat to be properly absorbed into your bloodstream. It's like trying to wash oil-based paint off your hands. Water alone won't do it. You need soap to help carry it away. Similarly, these vitamins need fat to be carried into your system. The timing of calcium intake is equally crucial. Research suggests that calcium absorption may be enhanced when consumed with meals. This is because your body's calcium absorption mechanisms work better when calcium is consumed along with other nutrients. Perhaps most surprising is what we've learned about probiotics. When taken with food, probiotics have a better survival rate compared to taking them on an empty stomach. This is because food provides a protective buffer that helps these beneficial bacteria survive the journey through your stomach acid. Think of it like sending these helpful bacteria into battle with proper armor instead of leaving them defenseless. Let's put this knowledge into practice. Here's how to optimize your nutrient timing. For iron absorption, include vitamin C-rich foods to enhance iron absorption. Consider the timing of your coffee consumption. Pair iron-rich foods with other nutrients. For fat-soluble vitamins, add healthy fats like avocado, nuts, or olive oil to your breakfast. Include colorful vegetables or a multivitamin with your morning healthy fats. Consider having your vitamin D supplement with breakfast rather than on an empty stomach. For calcium optimization, include dairy or calcium-fortified foods in your morning meal. Pair calcium-rich foods with vitamin D-containing foods for better absorption. For probiotic benefits, take probiotics with, not before, your breakfast. Include some fat in your breakfast to further protect the probiotics. Make sure your breakfast isn't too hot if adding probiotics, as heat can damage them. Next, we'll explore how the timing of your protein intake can affect your muscle maintenance and energy levels throughout the day. Let's discover why. Part 5, Power Up, Protein and Performance. Imagine your muscles as a construction site that's most active in the morning. The workers are ready, the equipment is warmed up, and the conditions are perfect for building. This is exactly how your body's muscle protein synthesis works, and timing makes a difference. Research has shown that protein consumed in the morning can be effectively used by your body for muscle maintenance and energy. Think of cortisol not just as a stress hormone, but as your body's natural alarm clock that helps prime your muscles to use protein effectively. The timing matters. Morning protein can help stimulate muscle protein synthesis effectively. This isn't just about building bigger muscles, it's about maintaining your strength, supporting your metabolism, and ensuring your body has the resources it needs throughout the day. For athletes, this timing effect can be important. Studies suggest that athletes who eat breakfast may show improved endurance and power output during training sessions. But here's what's fascinating. These benefits aren't just limited to morning workouts. The improved protein utilization in the morning can create a metabolic advantage that lasts throughout the entire day. Let's look at Sarah, a recreational runner who typically trains after work. When she shifted her protein intake to breakfast, she noticed two significant changes. First, her recovery from previous days' workouts improved, and second, she maintained more consistent energy levels during her evening training sessions. Here's how to implement these insights into your daily routine. Morning protein window. Aim to consume protein within the first hour of waking. Include adequate high-quality protein. Consider easy options like Greek yogurt with nuts and seeds, a protein smoothie with fruit and spinach, eggs with whole grain toast. Performance optimization. If you exercise in the morning, eat at least 30 minutes before. For evening athletes, don't skip morning protein. It can help set up your body for better performance later. But here's what makes this truly fascinating. This morning protein advantage isn't just about immediate performance. It creates what scientists call a protein muscle memory effect, where your body becomes more efficient at using protein throughout the entire day. As we move into our next chapter about blood sugar mastery, you'll see how protein timing connects with your body's natural glucose regulation system to create even more powerful effects. Let's explore how. Part 6. Blood Sugar Mastery. Your blood sugar pattern is like a symphony that plays throughout the day, and breakfast is the opening movement that sets the tone for everything that follows. What scientists have discovered about this morning blood sugar window has revolutionized our understanding of metabolic health. Let's start with something remarkable. Research shows that regular breakfast consumption is associated with a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes. But this isn't just about preventing disease. It's about optimizing how your body handles energy throughout the entire day. When you eat breakfast, you're essentially programming your body's metabolic responses for the next 24 hours. Consider this. Including fiber in your breakfast, that's about what you'd find in a bowl of oatmeal with berries, helps reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. Imagine your bloodstream as a highway system. Without fiber, glucose rushes onto this highway all at once, creating traffic jams in your bloodstream. Fiber acts like a metering system, releasing this traffic gradually and preventing those problematic spikes. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Studies suggest that adding vinegar to your breakfast may help reduce blood sugar spikes. The acetic acid in vinegar acts like a temporary brake pedal on your digestion, slowing down how quickly carbohydrates enter your bloodstream. Similarly, spices like cinnamon may also help support healthy blood sugar levels. Perhaps most fascinating is the role of resistant starch, which can help improve insulin sensitivity when consumed regularly. Resistant starch acts like a training program for your gut bacteria, teaching them to process carbohydrates more efficiently throughout the entire day. Let's translate this science into your morning routine. Here's your blood sugar mastery blueprint. Start with fiber. Add berries to your breakfast. Include whole grains like oatmeal or whole grain toast. Mix in chia seeds or ground flaxseed. Incorporate blood sugar regulators. Consider adding vinegar to your morning routine. Try sprinkling cinnamon on your oatmeal or in your coffee. Include resistant starch sources like overnight oats or cooled potatoes. Meet David, who used to experience mid-morning energy crashes. By implementing these strategies, he not only stabilized his blood sugar but found his energy remained consistent until lunch. His afternoon sugar cravings diminished, and his productivity improved significantly. As we wrap up our deep dive into breakfast science, let's look at how all these elements work together to create long-term health benefits. Research suggests that people who maintain consistent breakfast habits tend to have better health outcomes over time. But more importantly, they report better energy, improved concentration, and more consistent mood throughout their days. As we wrap up our journey through the science of breakfast, let's connect all the pieces we've discovered and see how they create a powerful blueprint for better health. Remember how we started by talking about timing, that crucial morning window when your body is primed to make the most of what you eat? Now we can see how this timing intersects with every other aspect we've explored. Your enhanced morning insulin sensitivity makes protein more effective, supports better nutrient absorption, and helps regulate blood sugar. It's like your body is offering you a metabolic advantage, but only if you show up at the right time to claim it. In the short term, implementing what we've learned can help you experience more consistent energy, better mental clarity, and reduced cravings. But the long-term implications are even more profound. Research suggests that people who maintain consistent healthy breakfast habits tend to have better cardiovascular health outcomes over time. This isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Imagine starting your day with purpose, knowing that your breakfast choices are actively supporting your brain function, stabilizing your energy levels, and optimizing your nutrient absorption. This isn't about following rigid rules. It's about understanding how to work with your body's natural rhythms to achieve better health outcomes. Let's break this down into 3 simple steps you can implement tomorrow morning. Time it right. Eat within an hour of waking to catch your optimal metabolic window. Build it well. Include protein for sustained energy and muscle maintenance, fiber for blood sugar control, healthy fats for nutrient absorption. Make it consistent. Remember, the benefits we've discussed come from regular habits, not occasional perfect mornings. The science is clear. Consistent breakfast habits are associated with better health outcomes. This isn't just a number, it's a testament to how small, daily choices compound over time to create significant health improvements. Every morning presents a new opportunity to invest in your health. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, remember, you're not just having breakfast. You're setting up your body's metabolic, cognitive, and nutritional systems for success. Start with one change, perhaps timing your breakfast earlier or adding a source of protein, and build from there. The truth about breakfast isn't that it's simply the most important meal of the day. It's that it's your daily opportunity to work with your body's natural rhythms to optimize your health. The science shows us that it's not just about whether you eat breakfast, but how you time it, what you include, and how consistently you maintain these habits. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the science of breakfast. If you found this information valuable, please like and subscribe for more evidence-based nutrition insights. And remember, your morning choices echo throughout your day.